December 17th, 2022. Increasing accounts of anomalous activity have been reported around several boroughs of New York City and Westchester County. Eyewitnesses of this anomalous activity report seeing branches of blood-red tree root-like extensions attached to the walls and ground. The tendrils are warm to the touch and move and pulse in a heartbeat-like pattern, signifying that this is a living organism with animalesque organ systems. It sends out tendrils into its environment like a slime mold, sensing, thinking, feeling, tasting, coming. Some witnesses report that the tendrils attach themselves to living organisms, draining people, animals, and even plants and fungi of their biomass through a lamprey-like mouth on the end of the tendril. Looks like that thing has pretty good suck. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It seems that the pulse of the tendrils comes not from some sort of blood circulatory system, but rather the tendril pumping this biological material back to wherever its strained sources. We go now to an anonymous eyewitness of this scene.
Listen, the rich and powerful control the world. The only way they live long is by smoking cigarettes.
I don't think that was the right footage. It appears that the tendrils seem to be not one organism, but a part of a larger colony. Like some sort of meat beehive. One that can operate on an apocalyptic scale, which is weird because the extinction of every sentient species usually begins when they invent plastic. Shortly after the appearance of the anomalous tendrils, what can only be described as amorphous tentacle drones were reported camouflaging amongst the crimson twisted roots, slithering between them, squeezing their slick bodies into the impossibly tight cracks and back out again with ease. These drones use tentacles identical to the ones that line the walls of their environment to move. The only consistencies between the drones are the ground hamburger texture of their skin and the presence of a varying number of tentacles. In other physiology, they vary greatly. Some have large sets of teeth, some have no visible sensory organs at all. I think I saw one devoid of all features save for a thick pulsating cock. Regardless, the drones seem to serve one purpose. They wrap themselves around animal life to immobilize it, preparing it for assimilation into its hive via the tendrils. For a closer look, we go to the same anonymous eyewitness because we couldn't afford another one.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm capable of f***ing your baby. No.
Examination of the path of these tentacles reveals that they all seem to be stemming from the same location. Overlapping layers of twisted tendrils form together to create a singular tumor-like mass. On the top of this mass exists a pit, a dark hole which seems to be the exit anus, shitting out the cephalopod drones, to use the scientific term. On the inside lies the source of all anomalous activity, what looks to be an analog of a high-powered computer. One of the ones that those nerds who shit on me for having a Mac brag about building themselves, yet made with organic material. Upon examining the machine, it was revealed that it seems to run on its own alien artificial intelligence, more advanced than anything programmed by a human. The closest analog we have for this technology is Stable Diffusion image generation, except instead of a medium of images made from pixels and code, it uses a databank to create art of living beings from flesh and blood. Like many AI visualizers, this creature has incredible difficulty replicating certain details of regular biology, notably faces and hands, and thus, its creations often take the shape of amorphous flesh blob abominations. Many traditionally skilled flesh artists, such as myself and your human god, fear that this machine and intelligence like it may one day put us out of business. The machine seems to collect information on the biology of its host planet, and uses a menagerie of the animals, plants, and fungi, and whatever other living material occurs there as a dataset. The lampreys that drain biological material for the generation of new drones doubles as an informational absorption organ, connecting to the nervous system or analogous systems of the organisms, learning all it can from its biology and internal processes, including thoughts, and then draining it dry of biological material. It seems that the data from the planet is, in a sense, the prompt for what the machine creates. In this instance, the machine seems to be creating organisms that facilitate the spread of its own biomass. For more information of this anomalous activity, we go to this acclaimed expert. And by acclaimed, I mean that he claimed he was an expert.
I'm taking the fish out, I'm making sure I have a ski mask on, bring it to the bathroom, and then pretending to want to steal it. That way I'm kind of admitting fault, but not the fault to the level they really believe. And then they'll say, hey, you can't take that. And that way they only think I'm stealing it, when in fact I did put my dick in a fish's mouth.
Hey, if this big meatball thing is an artificial intelligence, I bet it's pretty smart. I gotta ask, what's the meaning of life?
Turn water into pee.
If you like this video and want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with all notifications enabled, or I'll feed you to the AI meat monster.
I'd like to thank KRGC on Twitter for this dope new depiction of AzFk. I would have said it in the voiceover, but I forgot to.
Shout out the inner circle. Love y'all.